Hi everyone, I'm Linda.
Hi, I'm Karolina.
And today we're going to be presenting you a video on some postnatal exercises that you can start doing roughly from about 6 weeks if you've had a normal delivery, that's a vaginal delivery, and you've got no existing pelvic pain or back pain. Same as if you have had a cesarean, we recommend you try these exercises no sooner than 12 weeks post-delivery, and again, as long as there's been no complications or you don't have any existing pain. You also best to get some doctor's approval before you do any sort of exercise after any delivery. So what we'd also like to talk about is any pain that you might be going through while you're doing any of these exercises. If you have any back pain, pelvic pain, or any loss at all of any bladder control, please take a break, maybe reduce the intensity or reduce the number of reps, and maybe come back to it later. All right, so what we're going to start off with is just some pelvic floor exercises, which are really important to get into after you've had a baby. The pelvic floor structure runs from your pubic bone at the front of your pelvis through to your tailbone at the back, and also running along the inside of your hip bones. So if you can think of that as being like a diamond structure from the front to the back and the sides, and the way to contract your pelvic floor is to take a breath in, and then as you exhale, try and envision that you're picking up a tissue with your pelvic floor, just gently drawing it up from the bottom, drawing it up through the inside, and then as you inhale, letting it all relax. So the relaxing is just as important as the contracting. So we'll try that again. So take a breath in first, and then as you exhale, gently draw up the insides of the pelvic floor, just like you're picking up a tissue, just gentle, and then letting it relax. And you can keep doing those. You can do those throughout the day. You can do them while you're sitting, while you're lying down. You can do them when you're in the car. There's also a few apps for Kegels, which is what this exercise is called, Kegels, K-E-G-E-L. So yeah, there's a few of those online that you can have a look at as well. So we'll get into some exercises. So Karolina, if I can get you to, oh, you can just stay where you are for now. We're just going to start with some breathing. So what I want you to do is take a nice big breath in and just let everything relax. And then as you exhale, I want you to draw your abdominals in, really gently. So what you can do is you can put your hands around the bottom of your ribs or around your waist, and just take a breath in. And then as you exhale, just gently feel everything coming in, everything from the sides of your waist, from the back, from the front, just gently starting to activate those deep muscles. And then inhaling again, and then exhaling, letting everything draw in. So it's not just the front we're drawing in, we're trying to draw the sides in, the back, just trying to activate everything. And do that one more time. And then exhaling to draw it all in. Now, of course, you can do this lying down. Of course, you can do it sitting or standing. Just to try and get those really deep inner muscles, just getting them connected again. So the word here is gentle. We don't need to have anything, with no corset. We're not trying to tighten a corset or anything just yet. Right, so we'll get Karolina to lie on the floor. So the way we get on the floor safely after you've had a baby is a log roll. So the way to do that is you're sitting on the ground, going down towards your side, that's it, and then rolling onto your back. That's just to make sure we're not putting any undue pressure inside the abdominals. And while you're down, before you do any exercise, you might want to just be mindful of a condition of abdominal separation called diastasis recti. What that is your abdominal muscles separating while you're pregnant. So it normally happens, the bigger you get, sometimes the abdominal walls separate. It doesn't happen to everyone, but it is quite common. So you just want to be sure that you haven't got a huge separation because that might cause you some problems a bit later. So we just want to make sure that you know how to check. So the way to do that is you've got your belly button, you've got the space above your belly button and the space below your belly button. These are the areas that you might feel a gap. So what you can do is you can just place your hand or your fingers around your belly button, and if you can just get one hand behind your head and just gently exhale and roll your head up just a little bit, and you'll be able to feel whether there's a gap either around your belly button, above or below. If that gap does seem to be bigger than what your 3 fingers are, you're best to contact your doctor and just go in and get a check and just make sure that the separation is normal and it doesn't go any further than what it should. All right, so we'll get into some exercises now. So we'll just grab a TheraBand, which I've got one over here.
Yeah, all good.
All right, so we're just going to get into some light loading exercises. So I'll get Karolina just to wrap the TheraBand just around one thigh.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. And what we're going to do is some bent knee fallouts. So we're just going to be allowing one leg to roll to the side and open up the hip and then coming back. So just holding onto that TheraBand, that's it, and just letting that knee fall open and then drawing it back in. So using the TheraBand is going to allow the stomach and the intra-abdominal pressure to not be too great because you're using the support of the TheraBand. And just letting it open, and as you're letting it open, trying to keep the base of the pelvis as heavy as you can. Just nice and gently. That's the way. All right, and then so you can maybe do 8 to 10 of these, and then we'll go into a dead bug exercise. So that would be raising one leg up to the tabletop position, or you can still keep your TheraBand. Yep. That's it, and giving it some support, and then from here we're just going to do some toe taps, so gently lowering the foot and lifting it back up. That's it, and exhaling as you're lowering and inhaling as you're bringing it back up. Something you might want to consider now is as you're lowering your foot and exhaling is the drawing together of the 2 hip bones at the front, drawing together of the whole abdominal wall to help support that leg. So exhaling as you're lowering down and inhaling as you're bringing it back up. Something you can also do is using your free hand to actually go on top of your stomach. That's it, and actually trying to draw those abdominals in. So I'll show that for you now, Karolina. So as you exhale, we're drawing the abdominals in and drawing in the whole abdominal wall. That's it, and drawing it in. Beautiful. So you can do that yourself with your hand as well. Okay, the next exercise that we've got on here is just the knee stir. So if you can bring your knee up to a 90-degree position, that's it. And we're just going to roll the thigh around in the socket. That's it. So that's just to get some movement within the hips. And again, also concentrating on that exhale, drawing that pelvic floor up, drawing the abdominal wall together. Beautiful. And of course, you repeat this on the other side as well. All right, now we'll just get into some arm arcs, some arm exercises. So now just raising one arm up to the ceiling and just allowing that arm to float behind you on an exhale, and then inhaling to bring it back up, and then exhaling to lower it back down. And we'll do that again. So raising the arm up on an inhale, then as you exhale, really try and connect through the abdominals as that arm's reaching behind you. Inhaling back up, and then exhaling back down. And then we'll try that with the other side. So bringing the arm up to the ceiling, drawing the abdominals in and down as you exhale. That's it. And one more time. So this exercise can go into a double arm, but at this early stage of postnatal recovery, we'll just be doing single arm just to avoid any huge pressure in the lower abdominal region. Our next exercise, I'll just get a ball. Are our chi ball exercises. If you don't have a chi ball, you can use a pillow or a cushion, but the chi balls are really, really handy to use for this. So you just place the ball behind your head. On the most roundest part of your head, let the ball sit. So we don't want it sitting under your neck, you want it sitting on the back of your head. And we'll just find the right spot. You comfy?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, so we're just going to start with some head rotations. So just letting your head rotate to one side. That's it. Keep your control of the ball. That's it. And then coming back in the middle and then to the other side. Beautiful. And now with this exercise, you want to make sure your jaw's nice and soft. The movements are small, and you want to be mindful of the movements that you're making. So we don't want any just heads flopping to the side. Really consider the head rotating on top of the spine. And you can use your breath here as well. So as you rotate to the side, you can exhale. And really try and control that stomach and the pelvic floor as well at the same time. So you do those for as long as you want, really. Maybe 20 times, 30 times, 40 times. And the next exercise we do is, it's like a chin tuck. So what we're trying to do is tuck the chin in, but at the same time extend the back of the neck so it's nice and long. So just breathing out to draw the chin in, that's it, and then inhaling to get back to a normal position. That's it. So we don't want to tuck the chin in too far like you're really squashing anything. You still want to try and keep that softness underneath the chin, and the idea is to draw the chin in and extend the back of the neck even further. It's a nice relaxing exercise for your neck flexor muscles. It's nice. You could be here all day, Karolina, but we're going to work on some more exercises now. All right, so we're just going to go into some bridging. All right, so the way to start bridging in this early stage of your postnatal recovery is we're just going to do some pelvic tucks. So the idea is to think of your pubic bone coming up towards you and you flattening your back behind you. So we're just going to curl the pelvis up a little bit and then let it come back down to neutral. So we're going to exhale as you draw the pelvis in, and then inhale as you let it come back down to neutral. So you can do that a few times. Once you feel like you've got a little bit of control there, you can then challenge that a bit more and try and lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling like you would in a bridge. So to do that, that's it. So lift the pelvis up, pressing the heels into the ground. Press your arms in the ground as well for support. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, rolling back down gently, trying to let the ribs land first, then the lower back, and then the pelvis. So while you're starting this exercise, you don't need to do too many, but the stronger you get, you can keep going. So we'll just demonstrate one more. So rolling up. That's it, beautiful, and then rolling back down. Great. All right, now we're going to stay there, Karolina, because I've got something else for you.
How exciting.
We've got this double leg stretch exercise. So if you can place both feet up on here, that's it. So yeah, so your knees are in a bit of a tabletop position, so bring them in a bit closer. That's it. Now I want you to breathe in, and as you breathe out, I want you to extend the ball away. So actually, I'll move the ball. Yeah, that's it. So extend the ball away, so you get to a straight leg. Beautiful. And then bringing it back in. Now with your breathing, you can exhale as you extend the ball away, and then as you exhale, I want you to feel like you're drawing the front hip bones together. You're drawing the abdominals in towards the center. Now this shouldn't hurt. If it does hurt or you feel any strain, just please take a break. It should be a nice, gentle exercise. Lovely, and really nice just to start getting those muscles working a little bit harder, fully supported with the ball. Also something you need to be mindful of here is any bulging of the stomach. So that's why you want to make sure you're drawing everything in towards the center, towards each other. If you have any bulging, it means that you're losing a bit of control of your abdominals. So again, you might just want to take a break and then try and get back to it later. Maybe go back to the earlier part of the video where we talk about drawing the abdominals in. Beautiful. Right, so that's our double leg stretch exercise. All right, now if I can get you to gently roll over to your side and go into a quadruped position. Beautiful. All right, so now right in this position we do an exercise called quadruped where we let our arms and legs go, but for now we're just going to be working on our breathing. So what I want you to do, Karolina, is take a nice breath in. Yeah. Then as you exhale, I want you to feel as though you're wrapping around from your back of your ribs all the way through your front, just to draw those abdominals in. That's it. And then inhaling again, letting that all go. As you inhale, you can extend forward just a little bit, lifting the chest up a little bit just to get that wall nice and open. And then as you exhale, drawing everything back in again. If you really feel like everything's wrapping around from the back all the way through to the front. So that's another good way just to get a different position, different force of gravity, trying to draw those abdominals in. Try and make sure your elbows are nice and straight, your shoulder blades are nice and wide across your back. That's it. And if you can do that for, say, anywhere from 10 to 15 breaths, That's a really great way to start. And then once you're feeling a bit stronger, you can incorporate some single arm movements. So you can allow one arm to reach forward and then drawing it back. And then allow the other arm. Beautiful. And with this, again, you want to control the abdominals. So exhaling as you release the hand, trying to feel that control through the torso. Beautiful. And again, if you feel any pain with this exercise, just go back to the breathing and then maybe work on this one. Try it again next time. Beautiful. And now from here, we're going to a downward dog exercise. So if you just want to curl your toes under behind you, lifting your knees and stretching back. Now this should still be a comfy stretch. So if you need to walk your hands or your feet closer to each other, you can do that. And just a nice gentle stretch behind through your hamstrings. Now Kaz, if you can get your heels down, what you can do then is also add a bit of a calf raise exercise into this. So you're going up onto your toes and down. That's it, just to get the calves moving as well. So don't do these for too long because the whole blood rush into the head might be a problem. So we'll just do maybe 6 to 8 of these. That's it, beautiful. Now you can get back down onto your knees. That's it, and we'll just finish off into a mermaid position. So again, being so early postpartum, you can do your mermaid just cross-legged rather than getting your hips into an internal and external rotation. So sitting up nice and tall, still having those abdominals drawn in, just gently. Arms come out to the side. That's it, raising them up to the sides, and then gently floating down to one side, reaching one arm across, breathing into these side ribs here, and then as you exhale, coming back. And the same on the other side, leaning down, reaching up across, letting that top arm reach long, feeling the air fill up these side ribs, fanning open to the ceiling, and then closing up and going over to the other side. Now sometimes during breastfeeding or feeding your baby, a condition called carpal tunnel can appear, or just the soreness of the wrists and soreness of the hands. What you can try and do is when you do any exercises, you can do a hand movement called sprinkler. So what you can do, Karolina can show you in this one, is just you're doing your mermaid, and the hand that's at the top, you can just flick the hand like you're a sparkler or a sprinkler, and that just helps the blood get moving within the joints, and it helps the joints to keep mobile as well. And then you're coming back to the other side, and you can do the same. So just sprinkler your fingers. That's it. Beautiful. Lovely. Well, that's all we have for you for this first postnatal video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us here at Linda Health Centre or speak to your GP. Thank you.